times as dense, for instance, as Saturn or Jupiter.
Wow.
Now, with a mass that dense, it changes the fields and the dimensional portals and the time zones and all of the things that gravity dictates in a far more drastic way than would something with less mass. So if this object is approaching our solar system, which we believe it does about every 36 to 4,000 years, if we have time, I'd like to give you the whole time zone thing and the last time it came through here. I'll give you a hint. The last time it came through, write this down, and we'll come back to it. Everybody out there, just write this date down. 1447 BCE. 1447 BCE. That means before the Common Era. That'll be the hint of the time period in which I think this object last returned. Okay.
Wow.
We think that it is a brown dwarf star that was originally part of our own solar system. I'm going to jump back 8 billion years ago, when our solar system, it was believed, was formed. By the way, whoever planned, executed, delivered, and positioned our solar system, it just doesn't happen as complicated as ours is. Everything in perfect mass and perfect balance. Someone or something designed it, okay? Whatever power of intelligence. Now, whatever affects the sun automatically affects everything in the solar system. It has to, because without the sun, there is no life, there is no heat, there's no energy, there's nothing. It's real cold. So, if there's no sun, there's no life. And if there's no life, there would be no life on Earth. And everything would be dead. Nothing would survive. So, with that in mind, we have to understand that our solar system might have contained as many as 12 original planets, not the 8.5. You know, they demoted poor Pluto. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't set right with me. Okay, I grew up with Pluto, all right? We think that there were originally 12 planets, no asteroid belt, because that came about 3.5 billion years later. And ours was possibly a binary star system, meaning it had two stars, a big star, our star, that still shines, and it had a baby sun, little sun. Who knows what the relationship might have been, or why, or when it was formed. Could have been belched out at the time the Earth, or the sun burst into fusion. By the way, our sun is a fusion star. It's perpetual energy, but it will end at some point. Whatever affects the sun automatically affects everything in the solar system. Now, an added theory to this is that it could be a tri-star system with 3 stars, a large black or blue dwarf. There are suns known as blue dwarfs, way out, possibly, 1 billion or so miles out, but we can't see it, or further. Suppose that there were these 12 planets, and they were pretty much in cosmic harmony until about 4.5 billion years. So we're going to jump back now from this time period where we are right now. We're going to jump back 4.5 to 5 billion years. And at that time, there was no asteroid belt. At some point during that period, a very, very, very large, possibly moon-sized kind of space monster rock came hurtling through the plane of the ecliptic of our solar system. You've been to the planetarium, and you've seen the solar system cast up where you have the sun.
Hey, Andrew, are you with us now?
Hello, Andrew.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Andrew,
All right.
welcome.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. We're on air with Dr. Rand. He's explaining to us quite a bit about Planet X, so if you want to just hang tight for a minute.
Absolutely.
Welcome aboard, Andrew.
Hey, pleasure to meet you, Dr. Rand.
Okay. So,
Andrew, turn your audio off in the background. You'll need headphones, please.
Absolutely.
all right, so we'll pick up right where we left off. So, if you were at a planetarium and you see an illustration, you see the sun and you see all the planets in a concentric rings, and they all seem to be going in a counterclockwise motion. I bet you never thought about that.
Oh, wow.
Our solar system, our sun, and all the bodies associated with our solar system, everything rotates in a counterclockwise motion, beautiful spiral motion.
Mm-hmm.
And our planet has a physical speed in motion in space. We move at 18.5 miles per second.
Uh-huh.
Can you fathom that?
Oh, wow.
18.5 miles per second.
That's fast.
Boom! Like that. Now, this has been going on since our solar system seemingly left the center of the galaxy. Our solar system is outbound away from the center of the galaxy, our Milky Way. We move in a counterclockwise motion. This object, when it came in 4.5 to 5 billion years ago, could very well have been coming in on an clockwise motion. In other words, coming in against the normal flow. It would be like two express trains hurtling toward one another, you see, on the same track. At some point, somebody's going to collide with something. And we think that this object coming in a clockwise motion collided with one of the large outer rocky planets that had been formed called Marduk. Just a great big, gnarly old stone planet that, it was just a collection of rock. Okay?
Right.
Hit it, burst it into billions and jillions and gillions of pieces, which eventually assimilated into what we call the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Wow.
Now, other big pieces flew inward toward the inner planets of the solar system. And we believe that a large piece probably smashed into the Pacific basin of the Pacific Ocean as we now know it, and we believe that the original landmass that constituted its presence on Earth was one large piece called Pangea.
Okay.
I don't have to spell it. Pangea. And when this big piece of rock smashed into the Pacific Ocean, because it was all water mostly, it created what's now known as the Ring of Fire, because it penetrated deep into the bowels of the planet. And that's what broke up Pangea into the continents that we have now. We don't want to spend a lot of time on that. That's just basic science.
Right.
All right. Another piece probably hit Mars, dealing it a death blow. There's a large, ugly protrusion, like a big ulcer sticking out on the lower southern escarpment of the planet's surface, and they think that it's a piece of debris that smashed right through the planet and lodged itself deep in its bowels. Another piece very definitely probably hit Venus and killed it instantly. Killed it.
Wow.
I think that there probably should have been life on 3 planets for sure, 3 different forms. Venus should have been able to do life.